Hello and welcome to Nac Edition. I'm Danny Quevedo. Today we'll be going over many campus activities as well as look into different traditions held around Nacogdoches. It's homecoming week here at SFA, so don't go anywhere. We're about to dig deeper into the different things to get involved in this week. Halloween may be over, but horror movies are still a popular genre any time of the year. Nick Bailey searches for why we love horror.
Shock, awe, and horror. All of these elements combined are what make a scary movie.
Favorite horror movie would definitely be The Thing, the John Carpenter one. It's got everything. It's got like suspense, like so much suspense because you only rarely see the monster, and like it's disgusting looking, but those are some of like the best practical effects that have ever been filmed.
But why are some so attracted to movies?
The box. You opened it.
I think it's one of those different strokes kind of things. There's some people with the gore and stuff, but I think really it's that it like gets down to like the primal fears and stuff in you. Like it kicks your adrenaline in, it makes you sweat. It's just the intensity, I guess. Like the horror can get an intensity that other stuff can't have because behind like the suspense is a big scary thing that's going to eat you or something.
So would it be fair to say that we understand that it is people who love the adrenaline rush that comes along with being scared?
Basically what it is, pretty much in a nutshell, is that people particularly, they enjoy the idea of doing something that's different, unique. It's foreign to us to be able to put ourselves in a position where we're scared, only because it's something that I don't think anyone really goes out of their way to do it, yet we still have roller coasters, we still have the, every Halloween we go out and we look for a good old-fashioned haunted house because we enjoy that idea, that excitement that we get.
So we're moving up a little bit to the old dark house.
After asking enough questions, I was recommended to Professor Ron King, who specializes in teaching classic horror. There, I believe he was giving me the answers that I seek.
Sound, it's got talking. There's been a lot written about the psychology of why people do this, and it's obviously pretty evident to anyone that thinks about it for just a second that the idea is you have a safe space there to explore emotions that normally don't get tapped into, hopefully. You know, you don't want to have to visit those places. So a monster movie or a horror film is sort of a safe way to be scared and to tap into parts of your psyche and your psychology that normally, hopefully, wouldn't come to the forefront. Nobody wants to really be put in that situation, you know.
This has been Nick Bailey for Nac Edition.
Hopefully that didn't scare any of our viewers. The annual Homecoming Bonfire, Pep Rally, and Concert will be held on Friday, November 4th. Next, we'll take a look at the organizations who put in countless hours to make this event possible and how you can get involved.
The night before the big homecoming game, thousands of SFA students gather at the intramural fields to enjoy a pep rally, free concert, and a massive bonfire. But who are we to thank for keeping this tradition alive and growing?
My name is Brittany Williams. I'm the president of Alpha Phi Omega, and we're out here building bonfire for our homecoming tradition. This is a good bonding experience for us. We've been building it for over 50 years. It's a good time for us to come together and collaborate on a good thing for the campus, and we just enjoy coming out here and servicing the campus.
The Alpha Phi Omegas have been working on building the bonfire every day this week from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Alpha Phi Omega brings us the bonfire and puts it together for us, while SAA, the Student Activities Board at SFA, brings together the concert for us, which this year is David Nell.
All of our students within the Student Activity Association have been putting in countless hours, and we'll put in a whole day's work on Friday preparing for this concert, whether that be helping set up the stage with the stage, the lights, meeting all the hospitality needs within the artist. We've just been promoting as much as we can within the show as well. So it's definitely been a lot of hard work from the Student Activity Association. We're excited to see how it pans out.
This weekend, we will celebrate our annual homecoming with some of our favorite SFA traditions. Cheyenne Aldridge has more on what type of homecoming traditions are going on this week. Soul to Gospel Ministries is a college ministry here on SFA's campus whose venture out into the community to spread their gifts of music. Last Friday, the group performed at a service called Friday Night Live. The group is preparing for their annual Gospel Fest, which will be on November 19th at 5 p.m. in the Twilight Ballroom of the Baker Patillo Student Center. For more information about the organization and their upcoming event, you can follow them on their social media. When we come back, we will have more for you on Nac Edition. Welcome back to Nac Edition. A new athletics fee may become in effect starting in the spring of 2018. For the students asking what it was, I went out to find out more information on it.
For the athletic fee referendum was held this past October 31st through November 1st. Many of you have heard about the fee but don't really know what it is. So I went out to talk to John Branch to get a little bit more information on this new referendum.
The athletic referendum that's coming up on October 31st, November 1st is an opportunity for students to vote, preferably yes, on improving athletic facilities. Stephen F. Austin is one of just about the only school in the state of Texas that does not have a designated athletic fee. And our goal with the revenue generated from that will be to improve our athletic facilities, improve amenities, not only for our athletes, but to fans and alumni and students who come to our games, such as better concessions, better restrooms, better accessibility for ADA. And that's really our intent and goal is to bring our facilities up to date.
So although this would bring improvements to our athletic department, students that aren't athletes can also get some benefits out of this fee.
Give us an opportunity to recruit better athletes. Many of the athletes that we're recruiting today come out of high school facilities, some of the Metroplex, urban areas that are just over the top phenomenal. We're having to compete against that. I think that the thing about being able to recruit better athletes and compete at a high level enables our teams to continue to be at the forefront competitively. What men's basketball did in the NCAA tournament, the prestige that they brought to Stephen F. Austin. You as a student, when you walk into an employer's office and they look at your resume and say, hey, I've heard of Stephen F. Austin, I watched you guys play in March Madness, it brings recognition to the institution, which adds value to your degree. The fee is $10 per credit hour with a maximum of 15 hours. So if you're taking 12 hours, it'll be $120 per semester. That cannot exceed $150. And there is a cap on the fee, and it cannot be raised without another vote by the students. So right now it's set at $10 per credit hour.
For this fee closed on November 1st at 4 p.m. So hopefully we should be having the results to the votes very soon. For Nac Edition, I'm Danny Quevedo.
The results for the athletic referendum came out yesterday afternoon. The fee proposal failed and will not be enforced in the spring of 2018, although SFA is the only school in the Southeast Conference to now have one of their tuition fees. CrossFit has become one of the most popular exercise and fitness programs. Dylan Hensley investigates how it impacts certain individuals.
Skinner. CrossFit training has become a big part of her life. So CrossFit has completely changed my life from the time that we opened the doors to date. It consumes my life.
The mother of three isn't just a CrossFit coach, but the owner of her own CrossFit gym.
Everybody here, every member that is a part of Loud House is part of my family now. The way that we eat, the way that we think, the way that we train has been changed due to CrossFit.
Skinner's introduction into the exercise came from within her family.
I got into CrossFit because of my husband. He started doing CrossFit when we were marathon training because our whole group of marathon runners kept getting injured. And so he started looking for a new way to train, found CrossFit. He did it for about 6 months before I would even try the craziness. And whenever I tried it, I fell in love with it and haven't looked back.
Skinner isn't alone in her love for CrossFit. Millions have jumped on the high-intensity interval training workout program that began in 2000. CrossFit is a very strenuous workout, so it's always important to work your way up, starting light rather than heavy. For Lufkin doctor Todd Whitehead, CrossFit helps those who want to increase their cardio levels and muscular strength.
Depending on the workout, you can develop one of the major systems in the body. You could develop cardiovascular system, or you could enhance your muscular strength. CrossFit addresses both of those.
But like any workout, beginners should proceed with caution.
CrossFit has received some criticism for people getting injured, but a lot of that responsibility falls on the participants themselves, because all the workouts, CrossFit uses the term infinitely scalable.
Back at Loud House, Amanda Skinner loves helping and teaching people of all ages who are ready for a change.
Once they walk into the door, they realize that it's normal people, everyday average people that are doing the workout, and they're hooked. But it's getting them in the door that is the hardest part.
I'm Dylan Hensley with Nac Edition.
CrossFit is made for everyone, so remember, it's never too late to get into shape. Maybe you're in need of some inspiration. Perhaps you'll come across one of SFA's rocks. Our Jennifer Magruder has more on the story.
For us to just pick up and find, and it's a little inspirational thing, you know, all for SFA.
What seemed to be just a normal date while walking around the SFA campus, student Johnny Brown found something rather unusual.
So I was headed to the student center to go and meet up with some friends for a little monk rehearsal. And I just happened to look at the ground and I found this rock. And it's kind of, you know, it's not something you see every day. So I pick it up and I read it, and it says, "Pride is concerned with who is right, and humility is concerned with what is right."
Yes, these hidden gems are simply just a way to spread happiness, love, and inspiration. This is the local movement to inspire creativity in all ages and bring people closer together. If you ever come across one of SFA's rocks, here's what you can do. If you find one, you can keep it for yourself as an everyday reminder. Or, if you like to keep sharing the love with others, take a picture of the gem you found and post it to SFA's Rocks Facebook page. There you will find other beauties of inspiration.
I wonder who will be next to find this rock. For Nac Edition, I'm Jennifer Magruder.
Anyone wanting to learn more or see what rocks have been found can visit their Facebook page at SFA Rocks. When we come back, we will have Dylan with the weather.
Hello everyone, I'm Dylan Hensley with the weather. So let's take a look at the weather here in the United States. As you can see, it's pretty cloudy all around, except when you get towards the Atlanta area, it's about 80 degrees. But as you travel north upwards, it's about 61 in DC and 59 in New York. But as you travel down to the Florida area, it's 86 in Tampa and 81 in Miami. However, in Texas, it's starting to get pretty warm now. It's 84 in Dallas and 87 in San Antonio. But as you travel upward towards the dead center of the United States, you notice it's it's the hottest temperature there. It's 91 degrees in Kansas City. But as we look to the west, we have 83 degrees in Denver, and we have 74 degrees in Albuquerque, 81 in Phoenix. And as we go farther towards the west coast, we have 67 in Los Angeles, 63 in San Francisco, and as we go to the North Pacific, we have 57 in Seattle. Now, let's look at the weather for Texas. All right, so as you can see, it's mostly pretty cloudy, and it just so happens to be pretty rainy, and with what looks like to be thunderstorms here in Houston, it's 86 degrees, and it's pretty consistent here in Texas. We have 83 in Dallas. We have 85 in Austin. We have 85 yet again in San Antonio, 88 in Brownsville, 74 in Amarillo, and as we travel farther towards the Panhandle, we have 82 in Midland, 81 in Marfa, and 81 in El Paso. So now let's take a look at the county weather here. All right, again, pretty consistent. With the highest looks like to be Tyler at 92, and Jacksonville we have 82. We have Longview 82 again, and we have here in Palestine we have 82, Crockett 84, Jacksonville 82, and and in Lufkin we have 84, Woodville 83. Jasper 84, and St. Augustine 83. So now let's take a look at the weather right outside here on campus. So as you can see, it's pretty cloudy, but the the temperature right now is 81 degrees. It looks like to be clearing up sometime pretty soon. As you can see. All right, so let's take a look at the weekly forecast. All right, today, Wednesday, the high is 83 degrees with the low being 66 with a 20% chance of rain. Tomorrow, Thursday, the high will be 81 degrees with the low being 64 with a 40% chance of rain. And on Friday, the high will be 79 with the low being 50 with a 10% chance of rain. And on Saturday, the high will be 74 degrees with the low being 47 and with a 10% chance of rain. And on Sunday, the high will be 75 degrees with the low being 54 with a 0% chance of rain. All right, so let's take a look at the weekend events. All right, so Friday we have the Homecoming Torchlight Parade and Bonfire located at SFA Ag Pond Intramural Fields at 8:03 p.m. to 11 p.m. And on Saturday we have the Homecoming Flapjack Breakfast located at the Commercial Bank lobby, and that will be from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., so make sure you develop an appetite for that. All right, so that'll do it for the weather and for the weekend events. And when we come back, we'll have Josh Green with the sports.
Hello and welcome to Nac Edition Sports. I'm Josh Green. We begin with the Lumberjacks breaking their 3-game losing streak last Saturday with a 42-19 win over Incarnate Word. Zach Conk got the start at quarterback for the Jags and had a monster of a game with 6 total touchdowns. He completed 18 out of 35 pass attempts for 229 yards and 3 touchdowns. Conk also had a good day on the ground, rushing for 81 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Jags had a great day on the ground, rushing for over 340 yards. Joshua West led the rushing attack with 117 yards on just 8 attempts. Sophomore running back Lauren Easley had another good game, coming in behind West with 95 rushing yards on 9 attempts. Trey Hart led the Jacks in receiving with 6 receptions for 86 yards and a touchdown. SFA was able to rack up over 500 yards of total offense. The Lumberjack defense surrendered only 3 points in the first half. They were able to hold Incarnate Word to just under 100 yards rushing. The defense recorded 6 sacks and were +1 in the turnover margin. SFA was able to score 21 points off turnovers. The Lumberjacks return to Homer Bryce Stadium this Saturday as they will welcome in the UCA Bears for a homecoming showdown. That game kicks off at 2:30. UCA is undefeated in the Southland Conference so far this season and are one game behind Sam Houston for the top spot. The Lumberjacks, with the win last Saturday, moved to 6th in the Southland Conference standings. Jacks soccer team. The Lady Jacks team played their last home conference game on Friday night. Here's Maddie Coffin with more on senior night.
The SFA Lady Jacks soccer team is coming to a close as they won their last conference game on Friday, October 28th. SFA steamrolled over Sam Houston State on their home senior night. The Lady Jacks scored 6 unanswered to make it the most points the Lady Jacks have scored in a game all season. The goose egg on the scoreboard by SHSU made many people in the attendance very happy. 2 girls on the Lady Jack team scored their first goals of the year, but the leader of the 6-point game was definitely Breezy Moore. The sophomore attained her first hat trick, scoring 3 goals in one night. SFA came out strong, starting off the game scoring 3 goals within the first 11 minutes. The Lady Jacks carry out a tradition that has been going on for years.
This is the cookie, and it's like the player of the game, and it's like kind of a big deal if you earn it because you stand out on the field. But this cookie could have gone to so many people tonight because we scored 6 goals. Some people had their first goal, so it could have gone to anyone. So I'm just lucky I got it.
Breezy was chosen out of her teammates to receive the award because of her outstanding game against Sam Houston. A hat trick is a milestone in a soccer player's career and is rarely attained, especially in the collegiate level. Breezy had many goals this year, and she surpassed them all in one night.
Well, my freshman year I only scored 4, and so my goal was to double it and get 8. And tonight I got my 8th goal, so I'm just going to try to keep passing my goal.
The Lady Jacks travel to Corpus Christi this weekend to try to reclaim the conference championship.
The goal is to just bring home a championship and win all our games and just keep winning so we can have another game to play.
The Lady Jacks soccer team are going to conference this weekend in Corpus Christi, Texas. The Lady Jacks haven't won that conference championship in many, many years and hope to do it this year. With Nac Edition, I'm Maddie Kaufman.
Good luck to the SFA soccer team. Let's come back with a ring. The SFA women's tennis team is wrapping up their fall season after a great performance at regionals in Baylor. Danny Cavedo got some final thoughts on the fall season from the head coach and also a look forward to the 2017 spring season.
The 6 Lady Jacks that got to travel to Baylor last week performed well against some of the best teams in Division I college tennis. They had some great wins over Texas A&M, SMU, UTA, and also our rival Sam Houston State. The biggest wins of the week were wins by the double team of Hidalgo Smith and Tiboldi over the All-American team from Texas A&M, a big win from Kaya Lubchik over SMU in singles, and Vanessa Pardo winning her first 2 matches in singles, the only one from the team to do so. Head coach John McLaughlin was pretty pleased from their performance.
Yeah, we had a good week in Waco at the ITA regional. We really saw some good doubles play. I think that was the biggest advancement for our team. Picked up some good wins, and just in terms of how the team gelled together and played together, that was a big bonus for us. We were still playing on day 4 of the tournament, and I think the girls even surprised themselves a little bit there with that result. So very positive, and we picked up some big singles wins as well. So just from an overall standpoint, the confidence we can take out of the experience. Our region's super tough with Texas Tech and TCU and Texas and Baylor and Texas A&M and Rice. All those are top 30 programs, and so for us to go there and represent SFA well has to be a plus for our confidence and our belief in our process and what we're doing. So just excited for them and know we're going to come home, use that energy to continue to get better.
As the fall season comes to a close, the Lady Jacks' main focus now is the spring semester. The first match of the year is January 28 at TJC against Midwestern State.
As always, the goal for this program is to win the conference and be the best in our league. I mean, that's just kind of been understood. But if we get too far out in front of ourselves, then we're going to get caught up in our process. So the main goal is to just use every opportunity we've got to improve improve the things that we do well and clean up some of the things that we don't do well. And by the time March rolls around, we'll be in good shape to put ourselves in a position to be successful.
Hopefully the Lady Jacks can continue their success moving on to the spring semester. First match is January 28 at TJC against Midwestern State. So hopefully we can catch some of you fans out there cheering on the Lady Jacks. For Nac Edition, I'm Danny Quevedo.
We are very happy to see that the tennis team is already off to a great start. Best of luck to them for the upcoming spring season. Well, let's move on to some high school football. We begin with the Nacogdoches Dragons coming off a tough loss to Ennis last Friday. Nacogdoches lost its third consecutive game last Friday to the Ennis Lions 27-14. The Dragons had a tough time stopping the Lions' running game. Ennis running back Tyson Thompson did a number on the Nacogdoches defense, rushing for 207 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Nacogdoches defense surrendered over 280 yards rushing. The bright spot for the offense for Nacogdoches was their senior running back Phillip Jones, who had a great game with 150 yards rushing on 29 carries and a touchdown. With the loss, Nacogdoches falls into a tie for 4th place in their district with Lindale and Whitehouse. Nacogdoches head coach Bobby Reyes told us his team needs to correct the mistakes if they want to be the victor this Friday. Nacogdoches' playoff fate comes down to Friday as they will host the Jacksonville Indians in their regular season finale. It's simple. If the Dragons win, they're in. They lose, they're out. Well, that's going to wrap it up for sports. I'm Josh Green. Back to you, Danny.
Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Nac Edition.